Lord, thank you for this tour. Thank you for the time we spent together. As we go out today, let this be another killer that we've been doing for the past 2 months. I just want you to cover everybody today, tomorrow, until we get back together. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Let's go.
Last show, y'all giving it to him.
I was so nervous to come back, and just having been on this tour and having been able to experience all of this with my fans, and then they know all the songs, it's been just like mind-blowing. So I've had a really, really good time and a great run.
How is that for you to get on stage and just all of your fans are singing with you and they know the lyrics, they know the music?
It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, as a writer, you think about how small it starts, like just the creation of the songs and kind of where they come from and how little it starts. It really starts with like, a sentence or whatever, and then it grows and grows from there. And then to be able to perform it and people know the lyrics and can relate to it, that's what it's all about.
What was your first introduction to music?
My first introduction to music was probably like church, because I sang in church a lot. My mom was real heavy in the church and she used to sing as well. So that's kind of where it all started for me. And for a while, I was singing gospel music until about 12. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to sing gospel anymore, because I felt like it would be some things one day that I would want to talk about that I couldn't necessarily express in gospel music. So thankfully my mom was supportive.
Okay.
And
I was going to ask, what was that transition?
she let me kind of, do what I wanted, because I was actually offered a record deal. And at that moment I had to make a decision, like a big decision, and I was so young. But I knew one day, I wasn't writing at the time, but I always had things inside of me to say, and I knew one day I would want to.
And so at a very young age, you began writing. What was that like, finding out that you have these now two amazing talents, singing and writing?
I think it was natural. I mean, my mom was a playwright. My mom actually used to write my songs as well. My grandma was a poet. So it was kind of natural for me to start to want to express myself that way. So yeah, around like 12, 13, I started trying to write songs and stuff, and of course it sucked, because I didn't know what I was talking about at the time. But
you don't
I
have a lot of experience
at
that age
exactly.
either.
I was just trying to get it out of me. And my mom, like I said, she was so supportive of like each little thing that I wanted to do growing up, and I think that makes the difference with kids, like and what they become in life, is having support around them, to help them kind of figure it out.
I bust the windows out your car.
In 2011, you announced that you wanted to step away from music for a while. Why did you make that decision?
I was just going through a lot personally. I was in a really bad relationship, and it kind of just took me off my game, took off my focus, and you know how sometimes you can get in relationships and you start to lose yourself, and that's kind of what happened. Like I couldn't think of anything else besides him and the relationship, and at the time trying to fix it. So that kind of just took all my attention, which now I regret, kinda. But at the same time, I don't regret it, because it kind of made me see like my faults and my errors with how I thought about myself. And I say even in my show that I lost myself, and I needed that time kind of just like to deal with myself and figure out what kept me in a relationship that wasn't good for me. And it really was that I didn't value myself, I didn't love myself as much as I should have. So I had to really take that time off, like to figure things out for myself and get that in order before I could do anything else. So
and that's very difficult. Like, you definitely have to find happiness within yourself before you can give it to anyone else, before you can give it to your fans.
Definitely.
So how did you build yourself back up to get back out there and make this album?
It was a lot of prayer. Like, I really had to get my spiritual life in order, because that kind of took, the back end. And just having my family and my support, like my mom, my dad, all my friends, they were there for me, like to help me build up. And some of the relationships even suffered from the relationship that I was in. But you you know who is really behind you when, you know, you mess up and you come back and people are still there.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we
Welcoming you back.
we welcome you back. We love you, so we're going to be here for you.
Masterpiece. What was the inspiration for Masterpiece?
Masterpiece, that was one of the more personal songs about me and my journey and struggle with self-esteem and coming to a place where now I am feeling more comfortable, more confident with myself, and I'm trying to make it a practice as well, because it's not easy, you know, in just society and definitely in the industry. You know, you feel the pressure of having to be or look a certain way. So every day, you know, I have to kind of remind myself, like, no matter what, I'm beautiful, you know, and there's nobody else like me. So I want everybody else to feel that way too.
What do you think your defining moment was? The moment you realized, okay, this is why I was put on this earth.
A play or something I did when I was younger. Probably The Wiz, and I did that a few times.
Wow.
But like the first time I did The Wiz, and I did the whole play, and I got to like the last song, Home, and everybody was like going crazy and like shouting and everything, and just that moment of being on stage and people receiving you for your gift. And especially with me, because when I was younger, I didn't really like my voice like that. Like, it was low, it was deep, it was raspy, and I was just like, this ain't what Mariah sound like. This ain't cute. But like being on stage and people like cheering you on, it fills you up and makes you, you know, believe.